Enter code HUB749 for a domain name discount and enter the codes below for other great discounts from GoDaddy.com.
What are you focusing on and sharpening for this bout coming up?
Pretty much just the same as everything. I just try and focus on everything and get better all round as a fighter. Obviously Miller wants to take me down to the ground. I'd say that's going to be his game plan. But you've got to be prepared for everything, you know, because I'm a striker. Miller's going to have to prepare to fight me on the feet, so I'm assuming he's sharpening his stand-up technique as well as his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu. So, you know, I've got to be prepared for all eventualities. I truly believe I'm going to be too much for him though. I think I'll be too big and strong, too fast, and I think my wrestling's too good. I don't think he'll get me down to the ground. And if he does, listen, I know he's very good on the ground, but you know, I'm no slouch on the floor myself, and I'm pretty confident I can hang with him on the floor. So, you know, I think it's a good fight for me.
Of course, this bout for him is his welcome fight into the UFC. How would you compare him to the opponents you've had in the UFC? Out of your whole career, how would you compare Mayhem Miller?
Yeah, Mayhem Miller, you know, he's a tough guy, you know, I mean, I'm not discrediting him at all. You know, he's been around a long time. He's a dangerous opponent, you know. He's pretty decent on the feet. He's unorthodox strikes, so that's going to create a problem. And on the floor, he's very dangerous, as I said. But, you know, I mean, I've been in there with, you know, Dennis Kahn, Chris Lieben, Dan Henderson, Rashard Evans, Matt Hamill, you know, Vanderlei Silva. You know, I've been in there with the best the sport's got to offer. So, you know, he's not the toughest opponent I've faced. And not only that, his style of fighter, a guy that's trying to take me to the ground and submit me, I've fought those many times in my career. So I know exactly how to fight this style of opponent. So, you know, I'm not underestimating him. I'm not expecting an easy fight. I'm not expecting to walk through him. But I'm confident going into this matchup.
If you win this fight, how many fights do you think you're away to getting a title shot? I know guys like Chris Lieben and Mark Munoz and even Chael Sonnen are the top contenders. Do you feel that you're around there, top 5, and possibly next in line, 1 or 2 away?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, I was there before. I had a #1 contender matchup with Dan Henderson. Everyone knows how that went down. It wasn't my night, and I've had to work my way back up, and I've done that. I've worked my way back up. I've won most of my fights. You know, I've only been stopped once in my entire career. I've had 17 fights in the UFC. You know, yeah. You know, I mean, I deserve my shot at the title, and you know. What was the question? Yeah, oh, sorry, yeah. Well, beat Miller, probably one more. I think Chael Sonnen's probably going to get the next shot, which I disagree with, but whatever.
Why is it that you disagree about that?
Well, because he had his shot, he tapped out, and he failed his steroid test. You know, he was using steroids and he tapped, so, you know, he should go to the back of the queue. But whatever, I can see why he sells fights, you know. He sells fights, he's compelling, so I can see why they'd go for that. You know, it makes sense from a business perspective. But yeah, beat Miller. I'll probably have to fight someone else in the meantime, and then if I, you know, win those fights, I should get my shot.
You think you'll win by knockout, by decision, by submission? How do you see it going down?
Yeah, I think I'm going to TKO him in the 2nd or 3rd round.